Good evening, all. Good evening. How's everybody doing today? Or how did everybody do today? Um, how did your business move today? Did you move an inch at least? What did you do to make your business progress today? I had a very interesting day today. I actually been out of my house today since about 9 a.m. actually. I started off knocking a few doors. Then I had an appointment that I had to go to, and which is one of the reasons why I'm shooting this video, because that appointment was actually very interesting. Um, you know, it was a husband and wife, and the reason why I said this appointment was very interesting, at least interesting to me, is it kind of helped me realize that there are a lot of people out here who are, I want to call, dreamers. And we all should dream, absolutely, right? But with the dream, there has to come a plan, and there has to come work. Plan and work. Plan and work, right? So when I sat down with the individual, right, we talk about insurance, because that's actually the main reason why I went to go sit down and talk about, proper planning for retirement, protecting their family, in case of something, they pass too soon, or even, they get ill or something like that, right? And, kind of young couple, but not really. They're like 30 something years old, 34, something around there. So it's not too young, but they're still young, right? And they say, "Oh man, you know what? Yeah, we don't really need insurance because we're gonna be rich and blah blah blah," right? I'm like, I get that, the positive thought process. I get it, right? But what I explain to them is, while you are getting there, right, you got to have things in place for now, in case something happens now, right? Then I offer them the opportunity to come aboard with us, because their thing is they want to get into real estate and buying properties and flipping them and things like that, right? And which is fine, but a lot of people want to do that thing, right? And I have friends who do that, like big time, like do it big time, big time. And one thing they've always told me is, doing real estate investing involves like money. But people watch these TV and commercials and they hear, oh, buy property, no money down, use other people's financing, whatever, all that little scheme that they have, right? So I said, well, you know what? How much do you think you might need to buy an apartment, complex, like a unit that you say you want to buy? He said, about 100 grand. I said, okay, so what's your plan towards getting that 100 grand, right? He's like, well, right now, we're just trying to figure it all out, right? I said, well, you're a security guard. You make about $48,000 a year. Your wife, she's a GNA. She makes about the same. And you guys have a crap load of bills, which is the reason why you tell me you can't afford the insurance, right? Okay, cool. So I offered them the opportunity to come aboard our industry and make a boatload of money to get to their destination faster, right? It's like, oh man, insurance isn't for me, blah, 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 right? So hence the reason for this video is, sometimes when God places an opportunity in your face, it might not be wrapped up in the package that you think is supposed to come in. Okay? What they don't understand is this industry right here, this industry that I love so dearly, right? And I'm not just saying it because I'm in it, but I've done a lot of things in my life. I've managed 2 McDonald's. I worked at Bally's as a personal trainer and also the sales department. I sold cars for 8 years. But this business right here, I want to say, is not only the most lucrative business, but it's only the most fulfilling business I've ever done. Can you just imagine, picture for a second, you leaving your client's home, right? And the feeling you get knowing that you protected this person. That if this person should get diagnosed with an illness, get a heart attack, a stroke, or whatever, they'll spend less time worrying about their bills and more time trying to get better and take care of themselves, because the insurance coverage covers that, right? Can you imagine a father that goes to work and don't come home because on the way to work something happens and he passes away, right? Can you imagine that you protecting that person and that person's family is okay? It's funny, I was watching a show maybe about a few years ago and it was a show. I forgot what it's called. It's called like Near Death Experience or something like that. And they was interviewing quite a few people who had a near death experience. And you know what's funny? When these people are passing away, they're not thinking about them dying or what's happening to them. They're at 98% of the time, from watching that documentary, 98% of the time, most of them, what they are concerned about is either their spouse or their children. Their spouse or their children. They're not worried about, oh, I'm about to die, blah, blah, blah. They are worrying about their spouse and their children. Are they going to be okay? You know? So this business right here, to me, I think is the most fulfilling business, the best business out there, and also the most lucrative business out there. I mean, you can get licensed today and start making money. Today's what, Wednesday? You get licensed today, and by the time you go through the process of getting appointed with different providers, start making money in less than 7 days. 7 days. If you sell real estate, you get licensed today, it's going to take you at least 60, 90 days to get a first check. If that happens, an average realtor gets their first check roughly about 6 months in. 6 months in. So, I don't know. I just want to share that with you guys. I had an awesome day today. Again, knocked a few doors. Closed 2 accounts. It should have been 4, but the first lady I saw, she didn't have her children's, information and social and things like that. So I have to go back and do that one tomorrow. But it should have been 4 accounts today. But it's all good. It was a good day today. I'll pick it back up again tomorrow. But again, what are you guys out there doing? If you're licensed, what are you doing? Are you at home being a secret agent? Shh. I don't want you to know I'm here. I don't want nobody to know I'm an agent. Or are you out there talking to people and letting people know what you do? The longer I do this, the more I understand that it's all about opening your mouth, asking for the business. People want it. You just got to find the people who want it and just ask. It says it in the Bible, right? Ask and what? You shall receive. Ask and what? You shall receive. So when you're making phone calls, nobody's answering, they're hanging up on you, all you're doing is asking until you receive. Asking until you receive. Asking until you receive. If you're out there door knocking and they're saying no and slamming the door on your face, you're knocking, and they're saying no, all you're doing is what? Asking until you receive. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed evening. Let's try to be productive. If not for yourself, for your family, because that's why most of us are here anyway. We want to do a better job for our family, live a better life for our family, give our children more than we ever had. But all these things don't just land in your lap. You gotta go get it. You guys have a wonderful day.